It's quite a blustery day today, but it is still quite warm. It's quite sunny. Reese has just been down. We're at Devil's Bridge, and Reese has just been down to have a look. Unfortunately, I can't get down there. I am trying to walk today, but I can't get down there at the moment. But it's still just really nice. Like the sun's out, the blossoms on the trees, daffodils are out. The water's like flowing through really fast under the bridge, and it's just swirling around like a tornado. And there's still some families here, there's still kids paddling, despite the fact that it's so windy and blustery. But it's just lovely. It feels like the start of spring today. I feel a bit more full of energy today.
We're wondering why it's called Devil's Bridge, so I had a look online, and apparently it's a folk tale surrounding the handprint. Tells of an old woman who lived on the banks of the river, and she had a few animals. Anyway, one night, one of her cows went across the river, and she couldn't get it back, so she was trying to get it back, and then the devil appeared to her, apparently, offering to build a bridge in exchange for the soul of the first body to cross it. So the devil constructs the bridge with his own hands, leaving a print in the wet stone. The next day, the woman met the devil at the bridge and agreed to fulfill her part of the bargain. So she took a bun from her bag, threw it across the bridge, and a small dog raced across to retrieve it. So the devil, in a fit of rage at being outwitted, howled in anger and vanished in a cloud of brimstone. And apparently that's why it's called Devil's Bridge, and apparently you can still see the handprint, although we can't find it. Love it at Devil's Bridge. There's loads of bikers come here and camper vans, and it's just got a really cool, and the story behind it, the folklore story, is epic. We've just come up to get an ice cream and it's shut, so I'm a bit gutted about that because I wanted a caramel ice cream. I can't believe it's shut.
Shut. Everything's always shut when we come to stuff. We're really rubbish with timing though, aren't we? It's because we don't get out of bed early enough, especially at minute. But look at me walking, and I've stained my stick. How good does that look now? I'm really impressed with that look. I could design and sell my own walking sticks. Welcome back to Romany Pirates, because I forgot to say that before. We've come away up to Devil's Bridge, as we've just shown you. And my plan is to try and stay, we're going to stay in the van tonight. So it's my first night back in van in a couple of months, more or less now, I think. But I don't know what I'm going to do. So it's going to be a case of just see how I do. If I do all right tonight, then we might stay another night. If I don't, then we might need to go back to cottage and I might need to rest up again. So it's all playing it by ear. At the moment, I am very, very, very tired. I'm very, very, very sore because I've been walking a little bit. Reese has been really mangy, aren't you? He's been really mangy because he always takes this corner seat when actually it's not his seat. It's the best seat in the house, but it's not his seat, and he always takes it. But like I keep saying, I'm poorly. I deserve the corner seat. And he's going to have to go and sit on horrible, uncomfortable one over there that's not even fixed in place properly. Because it's another job I didn't get around to finishing. But we've just sat down and went into Kirkby Lonsdale, and we got some ice cream, some cookie dough ice cream, because I were really mangy and wanted some. So we went and got that. We've just sat and been watching a film on Reese's phone. And so now we're going to get some tea, I think, or at least a coffee. I really want a coffee. So Reese is going to have to get a kettle on. He doesn't like all this, but he's having to get used to it. He's got to do all running around and all sorting out and everything else. I don't know if you've noticed as well, we have actually taken up the carpet from the floor. So we've no longer got that down, which is better because I'm thinking it might help with the condensation that we were having. I think there were too many fabrics, you know, like when it's damp, it absorbs that damp, and then because it's cold, it can't dry out properly. We've still got a leak in the roof, but at the moment, I haven't seen any water from it. I don't know if that's just because we've not been in when it's rained, but it's certainly not as damp as it was, and I haven't seen any water in it. But I've got this really, see if I can get it for you. I don't even know if I can reach it. This is riveting TV for you, this, isn't it? I've got this stuff, it's called marine glue. And so you're meant to be able to paint it on like a really thin layer on anywhere where you think might be a crack or a hole. Come here, you. And you basically, it fills that hole. I figured, recent DIY, right? But look at the size of the brush. Like, anybody surely can dip a brush into some glue and paint it around the edge. You'd be able to do that, won't you?
Yeah, probably.
You will.
Get on roof and paint it.
Yeah, just not the whole roof. Don't you? Won't... Don't paint the whole roof with it. Just around the edge of the vent thing that's where it's leaking. Just a right thin layer
I'll
on
give
the
it a
edge.
go. Look at me stood like a news reporter. I ain't clipped my little microphone on, so I'm just holding it.
You could do an interview with Daisy. Ask her how her day's been.
Like that, like a proper news reporter. Yeah, I'll get on roof and paint it. I'll do that now.
What, in gale force winds?
Yeah, it's properly windy here. Properly windy. But we're parked up. There's like 6 or 7 vans parked along this road. And then I looked up and there's like 100-foot trees or something. I'm like, oh, it's bad, isn't it? Parking in gale force winds under trees is never good, is it? But I think we'll be fine.
There's a really cool van next to us though, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a right beast. It's like a
Real
proper
beast.
off-road van.
It's got a log burner in it, and Reese were really jealous, weren't you?
I took Daisy out for a walk just then, and you can sort of, you know, when you have a little peek, don't you, through the window, and I could see he'd got like a massive projector on the whole side of his van with a TV screen. So yeah, that's the one thing I really want in here. Like you can get them projectors. I can't remember which company it is that do them, and it basically projects, like you can go into the woods or a forest, and it projects like the whole kind of cinema screen across the woods. So
Yeah,
I really want one of them, but never mind. Keep wanting.
you can get kettle on now.
Get Gretel the kettle. Hansel or Gretel.
Hansel, I want Hansel on, not Gretel.
I hate Hansel.
Get
I hate
Hansel on.
because I don't understand it. You have to put your coffee in top and then it boils up. I prefer Gretel.
I've had my coffee. That was quite nice actually. And just about to get into bed. We didn't really think about how I'm going to step up into it. But I'm thinking, normally I go onto the chair and then onto this unit and then onto bed. So I don't think that's going to be too bad as long as Reese gives me a hand to get up. So we'll see how I get on anyway during night. Hopefully I sleep well. They are memory foam, so but we are going to be looking for some better ones, I think, aren't we? But we'll see how I get on and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's all there for training. I'm going to be looking like some kind of like fish out of water, scrambling, trying to get up onto this, you know. It's going to be... Yeah, you're not filming that. So I slept quite well last night. I didn't do bad at all. It wasn't much different from sleeping at home, to be fair, because I've got this cushion that... it's an absolute, honestly, just a lifesaver. I basically can put that anywhere. So during the night, I tend to sleep at the moment about 2 hours, and then I have to change position because I wake up in pain. So I'm just able to sort of put this underneath me wherever I need to put it, and it really helps me to be able to sort of get comfortable. It wasn't cold. I was most disgruntled though this morning, waking up to people talking outside van. And then Reese went out to walk dog. They said, oh, we haven't woken you up, have they? So obviously they knew that we were asleep in a van. And they were chatting from like 7:30 this morning out right at the back doors of the van really loudly. They were like getting a bigger and bigger group gathering. I think it must have been a walking group or something. And it were really loud. So that's like the downside, isn't it, to sleeping in a place where you're not in the middle of nature, you know. So we're going to head off now, just get into I want to go into sort of a little town, little village or something where I can get down to a few shops, but where I haven't got much walking to do. Every bit of me just wants to be in the middle of nature at the moment, but obviously it's an unsteady surface, it's uneven. I can't really be going round kind of being on, you know, on those sort of surfaces at the moment. I don't think I'm going to be able to cope with that. So it's just finding somewhere where I can go and enjoy myself a little bit, I think. It's sunny today.
I know.
I'm so pleased. It's so sunny. It's so beautiful.
Beautiful,
Absolutely
beautiful
gorgeous.
spring day. It's proper windy though. I'm gripping older Romany.
It is windy.
She's getting thrown all over the place, bless her.
You're probably feeling seasick watching this because the camera's moving all over the place. It is really sunny, but that park up, despite the rude awakening this morning, we're actually a really good park up, and we've been there loads of times, but we've never actually stayed overnight, have we?
No, I don't know why we've never been to Devil's Bridge. Well, we're going to check out Kirkby Lonsdale, which is the nearest village to Devil's Bridge. But it's not really us. There's a lot of, it's nice, it's lovely, definitely worth checking out if you haven't been, but it's a lot of posh shops and there's not many charity shops, so.
Oh, we like us bargains, and there's alternative stuff and what have you, but I'm feeling a bit of that bug today. Like, I think it's the first time I've been actually really smiling in ages, because I'm feeling a bit of that, I'm out in nature, a bit of freedom. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful around here, you know, really, really appreciating it. I think sometimes when you've got all good stuff going on and you're travelling all the time, you don't appreciate it as much as you should do, and I'm really appreciating it today. I feel like I've been out for weeks, even though I've just had one night. I feel like somebody's, you know, put my wings back on. Beautiful sunny day. The day is here for us to enjoy, and I can't wait.
I can't believe it, it's raining. It's raining. It was lovely and sunny, it was right spring, and then all of a sudden we've literally pulled up and down it comes.
I'm beginning to feel like we bring rain with us.
I know.
And we're such positive people.
Yeah, don't know why.
Anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? It's that sort of rain where you can still, sun's coming through and it's like the sun's bouncing off the rain, which is actually quite nice as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
I reckon they might get a rainbow, you know.
So we're in Settle, which we have been to before. So this isn't really about checking out new places as it is as much about Emma trialling, obviously, whether you can get going again in the van. So we've just come to somewhere familiar, really. But although last time we came here, we're all shut. This time it's all open, so we can explore a little bit this time.
It feels safer, doesn't it? Like coming to somewhere where you know what the roads are like, you know what the pavements are like, you know where the shops are close together, far apart. Like, it just feels safer for me doing something like that right now, so that I'm not in a place where I can be discovering new places right now.
No,
so
Settle's perfect, isn't it? Because it's like literally it's a square. All the shops are.
Yeah, it's right close together, isn't it?
We can get a bit of lunch here and stuff.
I'm hoping we see a rainbow, and also there's something I haven't seen. I've requested, you know, when you're poorly, you just really want something, like, and people say, "Oh, I'm not well, I really want an ice cream or whatever." I want something, and Reese hasn't got it for me. Tell him what I want.
She wants to feed a baby lamb.
I want to feed a baby lamb, and he hasn't got it for me.
What a request! You know, like, oh, do you mind going to the shop and getting me some chocolate ice cream? Yeah, I can do that. I want to feed a baby lamb. What am I supposed to do with that?
Being a rubbish
If anybody's
husband.
got a lamb, comment and we'll come and
Yeah, we'll come and feed your lamb.
Feed it.
Oh yeah, please do that. You see, I once held this lamb and I fed it, and it had like it'd been taken over and like adopted, if you like, by this couple, because they were going to kill it because its legs were bent sort of like backwards, so it were walking on what would be its elbows, I suppose, and so it would have died. And this couple took it on, that I knew, and they put toilet roll tubes around its little legs to hold its legs straight so it could learn to walk on its like its hooves. And I held it and I fed it and everything, and it was lovely, but it was years ago, and I really, really want to hold a lamb and feed it. So if you've got a lamb, yeah, let us know. We'll come up. We'll come and feed it, won't we?
Oh yeah, we'll feed it.
Oh, cuddle it and feed it, and I love it.
Out of
I
a
really
bottle.
love it. I really want to cuddle a lamb. It's been rubbish husband.
I can't find a lamb that you can feed. Help me out, guys.
It really is so much better. It's got much more balance. It's a lot easier to walk.
Settle is just sort of at the beginning of the Yorkshire Dales, I guess. I think, anyway. But it's a lovely place, a perfect place just to have a stroll around, and everything is, you know, it's so good for Emma because everything's so kind of close together. Little tea rooms, little shops, kind of surrounded by all the Yorkshire countryside.
Sunset in your eyes, baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa.
just went in a little cafe there, just had a little bite to eat and a hot drink, which were lovely, it were nice.
The problem with not being able to walk very far, you're not sure, like you have to keep stopping all the time, constantly. So it's costing us a fortune.
Miss Victoria's Emporium. So look how smooth this ramp is. I'd have done with that when you were in your little chair. So the guy in that Victoria's Emporium shop then were just telling us that that's to actually raise money to keep a hall open that has like all kind of folk events and kind of musicians, and it sounds really good, doesn't it?
It does sound really good, and there's good parking up here as well in Settle. There's a really big car park you were just telling us about, where it's only like a £5. And in the summer they open the rugby field so you can park on there as well. £5, it's not, is it?
No, I don't mind doing that.
In community, isn't it?
Yeah, of course
but
it
if
is.
you can go to an event like that on a night, and apparently they've
yeah.
got like a bit of a bohemian garden where you can sit out and there's all old tents up, and it sounds brilliant, doesn't it?
We love that. It's like
Yeah.
if you saw the episode when we went to Hay on Wye and we just happened to come across a gypsy jazz night, and it was one of the best nights we've ever had, and I love that spontaneous thing of just being on road and then all of a sudden somebody says, oh, there's a band on tonight, or you know, check out this folk thing or whatever, and you end up having a great time. I love that.
Yeah, I do. It's where you really get to meet and chat to local people and stuff, and it's them. It's like I've always said, it's those encounters, isn't it? Those one-off encounters where you're never going to see that person again, but it really impacts your life.
We were just saying this row of houses here, what a lovely place to live that. What a lovely little spot, I bet. And there's a little antique shop there, but it's shut. I love all these little quaint alleyways as well. Look at this. Down these little back quaint streets. Just imagining some of these houses kind of curling up with a good book, can't you?
This is lovely, isn't it?
Just beautiful, isn't it? All these little lovely
Yeah.
back streets. Bishopdale Court.
Big massive black door. Look at the size of that door. Look at this as well, all cobbles here.
Lovely little courtyard. Interesting looking shop here, Emma. Antiques and curiosities. Oh, we're going to check this out. Emma's going to love this. You're going to love this, Emma.
I need to find out how much these are.
Yeah, for your heating source.
That's your heating sources. There's two there that fit.
Because they've got a hole in, when you put a candle in them, the terracotta pot will heat up and it'll create a little heater.
Like a fire, isn't it?
Beautiful little back streets down here. Little birds are tweeting in the background. It's definitely spring, isn't it? Yeah, once we go left here, we're back to the van. I think you could do with going back now.
Yeah.
You've done really well, though.
I wonder if that's the museum, because there's a museum up here.
Yeah, I think that is the museum. We've never been in the museum. It's a bit hard, isn't it, to get Daisy around the museum. You want to walk now?
Question is, do we think we've ditched the wheelchair? Do we think it's gone forever?
I think it has. I mean, you might need it at times. You're really tired now, aren't you?
I'm really, really tired. So is Daisy as well. She's exhausted. Look, she's even put her head behind the cushion in disgust.
Daisy, where are you? She's not even waking up.
She's
Look.
going to sleep. I am very, very, very tired, and it's kind of I've not done a lot. I mean, obviously, when you're viewing it on a vlog, you kind of see bits of you walking here, bits of you walk, but actually, in total, it's not a lot at all. We've kept stopping. It's painful still. It's uncomfortable to sit still. It's painful to walk still. But I do feel like I'm making progress. And the best thing, the main thing out of all of it is that I feel like I've got a little bit of, don't look like it now, but I feel like I've managed to get some energy back. I feel like I've got some fight for life back again. You know, I could not be somebody that's just in the house 24/7. 7 days a week. I just get really down. I think it's really important to sort of say that, you know, everybody gets down at times, you know, but it can progress quite easily into getting depressed. And you have to think really carefully about your well-being and really look after yourself, and you have to do what it is that you know makes you feel better and keeps you away from that. I've suffered depression in the past, and you know, postnatal depression as well. Found it really difficult. I know loads of other people, loads of our viewers will have done. To me, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's the same as like breaking your leg, you know, it's just one of those things that you can go through in life. If you broke your leg, you go to a doctor, you get help. you know, and so as time's gone on, I've learned how to look after myself now, and this has kind of felt like it's set me back quite a bit. I felt like every coping mechanism I've got has been snatched from me. My coping is to be busy, to be travelling, to keep my brain active. It helps me with my autoimmune diseases and various issues I've got with my memory. And so to take all of that away from me has just left me feeling quite vulnerable and quite low, and being taken care of and not being able to look after myself I'm not very good with. So I feel like getting out and being in the van and travelling and feeling the sun on my face and feeling the rain in my hair, it's just been lovely. It's been just what I needed. I've really enjoyed it. I'm hoping that the wheelchair for the vast majority of the time is going to be done with. I might need to be going back into it if we're going any further than a short walk, but that doesn't matter, does it? As long as I can do a little bit and build it up over time. And I think now I'm just ready to go back to the cottage, have a rest now. Feel a little bit rejuvenated. I'll wait for the next trip. How have you found, do you think it's been sort of different, obviously not having to push the wheelchair, but how have you found being at home? Because you've been trapped in a cottage as well.
Yeah, in all honesty, I found it really difficult. So I'm very much like Emma. I need to travel. I need to be in the van. It's not even like I'd rather be in the van than in the cottage. I have to be in the van. I'm an absolute nightmare, and I get really almost, my brain goes 10 to the dozen. So as I've said before, I have all these ideas and that gets faster and faster and faster. And the only way to calm that down is to be in the mountains, to wild swim, to be in nature. So I found it personally really difficult. And obviously the worry, for Emma has been difficult. And yeah, obviously the reality is the wheelchair's it's not easy, is it? Pushing a wheelchair, as you've seen in the past 2 or 3 episodes, if you've been following us, you'll have seen just what a nightmare it is to actually get around in a wheelchair. And so when you're pushing somebody in a wheelchair, obviously your main concern is that person. And so you're trying to navigate every little crack in the pavement, every cobblestone, especially with a spinal operation, jolting that back. So you've got to be really gentle and the reality is the council don't make it easy. They should be doing so much more. In today's day and age, we're very quick to be all inclusive, aren't we? Which is great. And it just feels like in the midst of all that kind of inclusivity, people in wheelchairs have kind of been forgotten a little bit, and that's not fair.
Our van's not really set up for, it'd be different if I were permanently wheelchair. We could have tried harder to sort of set the van up more for
absolutely,
that,
yeah.
Really set up for it,
no, I mean, obviously we knew the wheelchair were temporary, so there were no point making changes to Romany. Obviously permanent, you make permanent changes, don't you? But because it was temporary, it's like, where do we put the wheelchair? There's no space to put a wheelchair. Getting the wheelchair in and out of Romany is difficult anyway, just because of the way she's set out. So yeah, it's been difficult, but I am really, really proud of Emma, proud of you, for doing, for how far you've come. Done fantastic, really. You've really have kind of. She's hard as nails.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do feel, as though it's been a journey. It's not a journey that we haven't been on before. This is slightly different because obviously. It's slightly different surgery that I've had done this time. Well, quite a different surgery that I've had done this time to before. But I have been through surgery before with my spine in relation to all of this before. So we have gone through some of this stuff before. But this has been, I think it's just been hard, hasn't it? It's just because we've gained more freedom since the last time that I went through all of this. We've gained more freedom. And so now to have that taken away has been quite difficult. And Daisy's really found it hard because she's used to being in van all the time. So I think she's found it really difficult as well. But we really, really, really appreciate, I know Reese does too, all those comments that we've had from you guys on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and all the different social medias. We really appreciate all the comments that we've had from you. I've sat on a night sometimes when I've not been at sleep and I'm waking up every hour, if I can even get sleep at all. And I've been reading through the comments on the YouTube channel and just seeing all these really positive, inspirational things that people have been saying, all the love I've felt from everybody, and it's really helped. It's really helped to sort of keep my well-being going and keep me happy and keep me pushing forward to get back on my feet, to get us back to normal, to just be back to Emma and Reese again. But this has been and this still is our story. This has been a part of our story that's been a bit of a treacherous, challenging, difficult time, but we're coming out the other side of it now. I know you guys are all writing your own stories. I know some of your stories are really difficult, and we hear from you all, and we try and reply to everybody, and hopefully we can give back to you what you will give to us. So keep writing your own story, guys, and we'll catch you next week.